Hey, we're finally doing this. Somebody else is in here. She's looking for pants though at the moment, but whatever.
Bet that don't.
So, this is Pathfinder, Epic 6 version. I hope everybody here knows what Pathfinder is, but if you don't, it's basically Dungeons and Dragons 3.5 if 3.5 was less bad.
You don't know what Pathfinder is. Good fucking luck following this bullshit.
Epic 6, on the other hand, might need some explanation. Back when 3.5 was still around and before Pathfinder came out, somebody did the math and found out that players and monsters are most evenly matched together, both between player and player and monster, at level 6, and most people know, like, third level spells by heart and everything. So they came up with a way to keep people at level 6, but to also have them keep progressing in power, which is at level 6 you stop leveling up normally, and every 5,000 experience you get a feat instead, and every 5 feats essentially equals 1 extra level. Not a real extra level, but it's essentially the same power level right there. So, we're still missing Anoya. Unfortunately, she's still driving home from her brunch, but we have the other players here, and I will let them introduce their characters, starting with Heath, because he simply happens to be in alphabetical order.
Okay. I am playing Milo, yeah. Halfling career who writes a pure white ferret of unusual size.
It's adorable. It wears leather armor. Or is it studded leather?
Yeah. Dukes a lot and it's cute.
That's wonderful.
He's called Xerxes.
Nice.
Alright, it looks like Pimash has unmuted herself, so I'll let her introduce her character next.
Hang on, I'm figuring out push to talk.
Oh. Okay, well, while you're figuring that out, I'll actually let Skippy go.
Well, howdy, I'm Cleet Eggswood, Tiefling Gunslinger from the Plains.
Yep, he uses a shotgun. Technically blunderbuss, but...
Tiefling Gunslinger from the High Plains. You.
Hey, doing the voices is half the fun.
I call it the motherfucker.
Yes! That is the gun's name, is the motherfucker. Alright.
Motherfucker this twice.
Alright, Pimash, go ahead. Sounds like you figured it out.
Mostly, yeah. Hang on.
God damn it.
Figuring out a good voice. Hello! I'm clever enough. Do you mind if I electrocute you a few times? For science.
Outstanding.
Yes, that's good. I love it. And Anoya plays Gruzza Bloodgurgler, a half-orc barbarian, and she will join us whenever she gets home. But,
When she's done dang old brunching. Shit.
fucking brunch. For right now, I guess we will just say... Shit, I forgot to open up my, adventure stuff. Whoop! Alright. For right now, though, before everything even starts, I need you guys to just roll a d20. This isn't really anything important. It's just going to be for funsies throughout the adventure. Crank up everyone. Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot to crank up Mumble. There we go. That should be better.
Kalon, fix your audio balance, please.
Oh, I did. I just did.
Trizafini is not happy.
Alright. Okay, so normally Anoya would be the first person to choose because I asked her to roll earlier and she got a 17. So, but she's not here right now. So the first person, actually, Skippy. Alright. So, to start the adventure proper, you've all been venturing for a little bit, couple months, but you actually haven't gotten any really big adventures off. Like your local legends in a couple different towns, but nothing that would like spread further from those towns.
I wanted in 3 states for deadly assault on squirrels.
Yes.
God damn squirrels.
You're traveling with an acting troupe towards the next town, and they've got a small caravan going, and they're keeping you entertained with like one act plays and like really off color limericks and some like lewd jokes and all that, and you start getting near the town, and it's like less than a day away, but something happens, and that something would be up to Anoya, but since she's not here, Skippy, what is the thing that happens? And keep in mind, it does not have to be combat. It can be anything, it's just something random is happening.
I have to decide the random thing that's happening?
Yes, you are deciding the random thing that's happening.
Ah! The gnomish jester has fallen out of the back of one wagon.
Alright. The Gnomus Jester...
Laddie, now it seems I had a nice trip!
Yes, he's doing some broad gesture as the play is going, and he swings a bit too far as he does like his finishing move. He falls out, and you hear a cry in pain as he starts clutching his leg, and he's like, "Oh, dearie, I think something's broken!" And everybody's
For shock therapy.
No! He's seen what you've done. Like, they were in the last town. So he knows what shock therapy is. He's like, no, please, not that. And so, you guys are all just looking at him. What are you gonna do about this broken legged jester? Aside from shock therapy.
Yeah, good work, Skippy. Give us a task with a skill that nobody has.
Nobody has heal.
So Cliff is just standing there, just idly clicking the hammer on his gun.
It's so hard to find good test subjects these days. Alright, no shock therapy. Instead, you will be the first subject or customer for my amazing Dr. Nom's artificial scab gel.
Oh, okay.
Rick, it'd be easier to put him down.
It can't be any worse than what you did to the goblin.
I had consent. He signed a waiver.
No, he didn't! Just
We're
because
not allowed
you put the quill in his hand and then moved it around on a paper after he died does not mean he gave you consent.
Well, it's not my fault he was illiterate. Anyway, I pull out this big jar of, it looks like Vaseline with worms floating in it. And I will go ahead and hold him down till he doesn't away.
Well, how can he run away? He's got a broken leg.
I don't know. I'm just going from experience here. And I will spread some of my artificial scab gel on his leg, which is a reflavored Wand of Cure Light Wounds. So let me roll magic device.
Basically, the way Skippy's character works or not Skippy's, Mushroom's character works is that he is a reflavored rogue sorcerer multi-class, and he's known as a mad scientist, so all of his spells are actually like magic items and stuff. And his Wand of Cure Light Wounds is healing gel. Oh! Nice! Alright, you slather...
So yeah, I successfully not messed up my gel.
You slather that gel all over this gnome's leg, and he starts giggling as the worms start eating at the scabs, and he's like, it tickles. And he's still gonna be a giggly mess the rest of the trip, but eventually his leg will heal.
Well, it worked. Just so you know, you might want to avoid water, pigeons, and there was something else. It was crap. I'll get back to you on.
Possibly falling out of Wiggins whenever this nuts are around.
The gnome actually seems to kind of like you because you sort of speak on his level. But yeah, you managed to get the gnome healed and everything's hunky dory. So you start to approach the town. It's called Spireold. It's in this really big area called Varissa, which is basically a loose collection of city-states. It's basically got a new frontier sort of feel towards it. And the town is actually is a smallish sort of town built along the Storval River, and I'm actually going to show a map to you guys. Just click the journal. Yep. It is not to scale. I actually have this also prepared for the stream to see as well. This is the town. It is not to scale. It is. I wasn't even going to bother to try.
Scale.
So
is that giant compass also actually in the planes, or is that not to scale either?
No, that's not to scale either. So you begin to approach the town's wall, and you notice that you're approaching on the southwest gate there, and you notice that there are two guards, and they're looking like really, really on edge. And one who looks like a fair-skinned human puts his hand to his sword just immediately because they're on edge. And another who's a half-elf just puts his hand up because he's a little more calm, but he's still sort of meh about all this. Meanwhile, the entire time this is happening, Bruzza is blackout drunk in the back of one of the caravans. And the half-elf says, "Halt! State your names and business and Spireold."
We don't have someone else for that. Crap.
Okay. What? Okay, what actually is our business besides just doing adventurer things?
Doing adventure things is a perfectly legitimate reason for most areas.
Okay.
All right.
Bonjour. How you say adventurers doing the adventuring? Oh, there's an acting troupe. Here for the joy and the mint.
The human seems to notice that you guys aren't going to be as much trouble as he was thinking, so he just slowly takes his hand away from his sword and sort of visibly calms down, has a breather. He's like, "Okay, whew. Well then, maybe you can actually help us with our problem, then."
Easy,
I
Pappy,
have
let
a
us
question.
let us fucking unpack first, or what?
What's the? He looks at Caldra. Is that how you pronounce it? Calda.
Kadla.
Kadla. He looks at Kadla as if, since she said she does have a question.
Actually, that was out of character. I wanted to know if I can roll
character.
ultra local to recognize these guys. Ah, crap! I just closed the roll 20.
Oh, whoops. Okay.
I wanted to know if I could roll knowledge local to see if I can recognize these guys. I've been around the block a few times. I might know their parents.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Was that? No, that D20 was fucking healing.
I have no idea who you are.
Nope, they don't.
Probably for the best. Probably sewed one of their mom's heads to a dog body or something.
Excuse me. I only did that once, and it was the other way around.
Touche, friend, touche.
The guards sort of look at each other when you guys say this, and they're like, maybe we should get somebody else to take care of it. And they're like, no, last adventurers came a fucking year ago. We might not get another chance.
No, these guys are here now.
It's the best we've
Think of
got.
it this way, guys. Would you rather have a or messing with your problem?
All right. And the human guard goes, well, for the last 7 months, hobgoblins have regularly been attacking the town, like, pretty frequently.
Did you say hobgoblins?
Yeah, hobgoblins, they're fucking nasty pieces of shit, let me tell you. They smell funny.
I got no problem with hobgoblins.
Well, And they also...
They do, however, make marvelous test subjects.
The half-elf goes, they're very organized, actually. They never seem to attack in the same place twice. Before they used to be attacking the walls and the gates and such, but when we repelled those attacks, they started getting sneakier. And then the human goes, yeah, they've been sneaking into town under the cover of night and just ransacking places, things. They hit the barracks one time. They stole a bunch of...
Isn't that what walls are for? I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I think that I'm pretty sure that's what the walls are for.
Walls are meant for large armies. A small group like the ones that they've been they have been using can infiltrate weaknesses that large armies normally can't. They're using guerrilla tactics, basically. They hit the barracks. They stole some of our weapons. They stole some of our food depots. A couple months ago, they snuck in and even killed a couple noblemen under the cover of night and snuck back out.
Wow, your cards suck.
Hobgoblins are sneaky.
So let me get this straight. You guys are the only 2 guards in this town, then?
No, we are not. But we are definitely pretty low on the rung.
So there's... I'm not gonna sit here and berate just a couple of low-ranked town guards just doing their jobs. Is there someone we can talk to about... Shoot, how do I say this? Just a shitload of gold.
The guard captain will gladly talk to you about that. He is in the dungeons and probably interrogating one of the hobgoblins that we caught.
Oh, I can help with that.
Yes,
easy now.
You seem like the kind of person who really could help with that.
Now listen, you put those alligator clips away right now. Stop zapping them. Stop it. Put them down.
I never get to interrogate anyone anymore.
Look.
Doing this is D&D would be literal alligators.
Just tiny electrified alligators. Right, well, I guess if we're done here, do you suppose we might avail ourselves of directions to the nearest establishment where we might,
Get drunk.
Well,
you don't have to come out and say it like, come on.
Well, here in the lower quarter, they direct you to actually 2 places that you can go. One of them is called... Where the fuck did I put it? Did I not say... Oh shit, it didn't save. Damn it!
The non-police don't elect us.
Hold on,
I've been here before.
Yeah. Hold on, maybe it's somewhere else. I swear I saved this.
Good work, Amon.
Just make something up. It doesn't matter that much.
Nope, I did not. Alright, one of them is called the, I think it was called the...
Salty Spittoon.
Okay, one of them is the Salty Spittoon. The other one is the Warhammer Meathead Inn. The Warhammer Meathead is a combination, like inn, pub, and brothel. And the Salty Spittoon is just an inn and brothel. No, not inn and brothel. Inn and pub. There's no brothel involved in that one.
They seem to be missing an ingredient in the Salty Spittoon.
There's a reason the Salty Spittoon...
We got horse.
There's a reason the Salty Spittoon doesn't do as well as the Warhammer Meathead.
Oh, could we call it the Salty Splatoon? And instead of a brothel, maybe it's just like laser tag. You're
With
a kid,
with
you're a
literal
squid,
live
you're a
squids.
kid, you're a squid, you're a kid, you're a squid. Alright.
All right. And then
It's laser tag with live squids because
and then in the upper quarter, they direct you to a more fancy, posh place that will probably run you more money, but is way more respectable. But that's because that's where all the nobles who are visiting the town stay.
see, the problem is last time I knocked the window out of a respectable place, they charged me a lot more for it. And that's not even getting into what happens when I collapse a roof.
Yeah, we gotta find some place with a sturdy basement. Because God forbid we don't have suitable lab.
The Warhammer Meat Inn has a very sturdy basement.
Well, perfect. Less chance that you blow a window out there. How's that sound?
Ooh, maybe I'll find some sadomasochists. They're always up for it.
Hey, if you pay enough, that anybody will be up for anything. All right, so they wave you in, no trouble. Like they let the troop in, and they basically let everybody in, and the troop manages to they stop near that semi-open area with the little small squares. That's like a small open marketplace. They stop there. They start setting up their stage and everything.
Real quick.
Yep.
Before we go past the guards, I want to reverse pickpocket my business card in their front pockets.
Okay, go ahead.
This is good.
This is
Woo, 23.
nice.
Nice.
23. Well, he has a plus 10 and he rolled a 13, so yeah, you reverse
We
pickpocket.
have sleight of hand.
Because I'm also a rogue, and
Yeah.
that's pretty much why. Because
Yeah.
I had nowhere else to put. I had more skill points than good places to put them.
Later that night, when they are going through their pants to do laundry, they are very confused about this whole business card thing, and they just put it somewhere and probably will forget about it for forever. But I will write that down. That you reverse pickpocketed. Okay. All right. So after you get into town and the troop sets up, the director of the whole thing, who's a human male with a rather magnificent handlebar mustache, gives a flourishy bow, and he gives you a small sack of coins. I would say probably about 200 in all, and it's probably about as much as they can spare. This just basically saying, thanks for keeping us safe on the way here, even though nothing really happened. Thanks for fixing up old Finkel's leg. And old Finkel's actually dancing and doing jaunty little jigs. And as you hold on, when you
I remember the other thing. It was cotton. He's not allowed to wear cotton. And then we just hear screaming.
When you enter the town, you can tell that the buildings are built really, really close together. Like, most humans have to squeeze in their shoulders a bit to get through the alleys, and even the streets are so narrow that only about 2 or 3 people can stand shoulder to shoulder and get through them.
Kind of place.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of guards around here in the poorer sections, so you figure they're probably all in the northern part of town where all the rich people live. And let me bring up the map again for the stream so that they can see it. And shops are, as you explore, the shops seem to be trying to make a quick silver off of the hobgoblin incursion, promising cheap blades to defend yourself, this crappy buckler I found in my basement I can give away for maybe three or four silver. And then all in all, you see a man. He's got like a stall tied to his shoulders, essentially, and he's selling hobgoblin repellent in giant quotes and he sells it to one man for as little as 7 copper, and as he sells him to that, as he says that figure, he says, and that's tying a noose around me own neck.
Oh,
Get out of here, Discworld.
Oh my god.
Or whatever.
Yeah, it's just
Security Project, no.
Can I identify the hobgoblin repellent with knowledge engineering?
the hobgoblin what with knowledge engineering?
The repellent. Can I identify the repellent
Oh,
with
yeah.
knowledge engineering?
Sure, go ahead.
Can I identify future dumb Kalon references with knowledge Kalon?
No.
17. So if it's just something common, I recognize it. But if he actually got further than that, no.
No, it's just some viscous gel mixed with like skunk musk. It smells really bad,
I'm
but
not sure how it works on hobgoblins, but it will certainly repel dates.
oh, so as you get close to him, he goes, "Oh, you interested in the hobgoblin repellent, or maybe chicken on a stick?"
Ooh, I love me some chicken stick. You're a scam artist, and I hate you. But I will buy all the chicken on a stick you have.
he just his eyes just twinkle, and he gets a giant smile. He's like, "I think I can make all my chicken on a stick go for 20 gold, and that's tying a noose around my own neck."
Fine, done. Just shut up and give it to me.
Alright, you take 20 gold out of your inventory and write down like 17 chickens on a stick.
What the hell are you
Lisa,
gonna do with
wow.
17 chickens on a stick?
If you have to ask, you do not want to know.
I swear to God, if you try and build another chicken golem, I am out of here.
It wouldn't be the worst thing she's built.
No. I went back to the drawing board on that. Chickens aren't big enough. I need to work on a turkey golem.
Oh, hell.
But I'm saving it for the holiday season.
Alright, the question is, do you eat one of the chickens on a stick?
Is it like just a live whole chicken that's
No,
fried
it's
in batter
like-
and put on a stick?
Not a whole live chicken, but like most of a breast. Maybe a little wing
You can
here and
still
there.
see the look on the chicken's face, mate.
Oh my god.
Ah,
Oh,
I
God.
am really disappointed. It's been so long since I had a full chicken on a stick. These days you just get diet chicken on a stick, human chicken on a stick. I want still clucking when it goes in the batter.
The question
Cluck it
is,
first, but I want it sticking.
the question is, are you going to eat it?
No,
Damn it!
I'm going to take my Zap-O-Matic, I'm going to attach a stick, and I'm going to make them dance.
Alright,
And new alignment slides closer and closer to people.
alright, so you do
And then
that.
I'm going to eat one.
Okay, after you
I
do...
fried it really hard, and then ate it.
Okay, hold on, but as you make it dance, the acting troupe actually gets around, starts playing music and clapping, and you actually make a couple... you actually make like 2 or 3 silver back on this deal by making the chickens on a stick dance. And after you eat one, I need a Constitution save, or Fortitude save rather.
Well, they're the same for me.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
Okay. Let me. Where the fuck am I? Whatever. I'll just. You are. I need to look up the things on. You are. Nauseated and sickened for 3 hours. as the chicken
I knew
just
it was diet chicken
hits
on a
your
stick. Oh, I'm
system,
allergic to diet chicken on a stick.
and you just feel awful. You are just, oh. And then somebody
All
walks
right,
by.
so I have
somebody,
16 diet chicken on a stick.
somebody walks by and goes, "Yeah, that's the usual reaction to the Gibbler's chicken."
So I have 16 diet chicken on a stick.
Well, it's not diet, but it's just the traditional Dibbler cooking.
No, it's a net loss of calories. Finish shitting your insides out.
That's what I was going for. Thank you.
By the way, it's that's a DC of 15 to not get that for 1d4 hours.
Oh, good. It's technically a cleanse then. Wonderful.
All right. So you might want to
I
find
bet it would
someplace
make a marvelous hangover cure.
you you might want to find someplace to shit your innards out before you start doing it on the street.
Hmm.
All right, yeah, to the brothel we go. I'm sure we'll find someone into that too.
All right. Well, when you enter the bar/brothel, you notice that the part that you enter in doesn't really look
You
like
are
a brothel.
breaking up really badly.
I am? Huh.
Elon, go to put talk.
Go to what?
Yeah, because push to talk, because you keep like breaking in and out like
Okay.
the auto detect when you
All right, hold on.
talk.
Wait. I don't think my slider was down low enough. Oh, I'm dropping mad frames. I've got internet problems. God damn it, why does this always happen when I try to stream Dungeons and Dragons or something? Am I still coming through? God damn.
I think
What's
it's
it?
working.
Okay. There we go.
Okay, I think it's working. Yep.
Okay. So, when you enter the brothel, you realize that, or the brothel/bar, you realize that the part that you're in, which is like when you first get in the bar, doesn't look much like a brothel at all. It's very crowded in here, and it's just almost jam-packed. And you see a couple barmaids running around and delivering drinks and food to various people. You see one guy, you don't see it, but you hear one of the barmaids like yelp in surprise, and you see the guy behind the bar going, "Hey, hey, hey! If you want to do that, you go downstairs. Those girls aren't for that."
I like this place.
Like it is strictly like the barmaids are apparently off limits as far as like groping, molesting go, and if you want to do that sort of thing, you have to go downstairs and pay the professionals for it.
You're still breaking up.
I'm still breaking up. God damn it!
Yeah, I think
Pretty
it's 'cause
okay
when
on
you
me,
stutter, it turns itself off because it thinks you're done.
Okay, how about now? I'm not using push to talk, so I just turned down the sensitivity on my voice thing.
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay. Again,
Yeah, that does seem better.
Barmaids off limits. You want to do molesty, gross stuff? You go downstairs with where the people you pay for to do it.
It
Well,
is incredibly sad that you have to specify that to us, a bunch
well-
of grown adults.
Well, still, you know. All right, so what do you want to do? It's in this jam-packed as hell place.
Well, what my character wants to do is not touch anything in here.
So you
That
just
seems
sort of
wise. I find everyone who looks like they've drank too much, see where they run off to, and run in the same direction. Like, you know, when they go to.
Okay, yeah, you follow them, and there's a couple outhouses, and one of them seems free.
I spend the next 2 hours on that outhouse.
And as somebody walks by, he goes, "Sounds like somebody ate one of Gibbler's chickens."
I'm gonna knock on Kodla's outhouse door. Hey guys, you want me to bring you orange juice or ginger beer or something?
Yeah, ginger beer with a little bar of silver and a lemon. Not because I like the flavor. I just want to mix some sparks while I sit here, entertain myself a little bit.
All right, I'll go see what I can do. So I'm gonna go over to somebody's echoing.
It's fucking Kalon.
Oh,
Gosh.
I was writing stuff down.
You are
Ow.
so bad at mumble.
Oh, I am echoing. Holy shit.
Yep. So
Going on, push to talk. Fuck.
You can use middle mouse. That's what I use.
Okay. Hello? Okay, where do I change my push to talk button?
Okay, I'm actually gonna BRB for a few minutes, so if anything happens, assume Coddle is still in the outhouse.
Okay, there we go.
all right. Well, I'm gonna go over to the barman.
Okay, the barman looks at you and he says, "What do you have?"
Howdy. Let's see here. I'll have a beer and a ginger beer. And do you have like a whole lemon?
He pokes around. He actually does bring up a lemon. He's like, "Yep." And
Dang.
he brings. Well, he looks at you and he goes, "Well, we are near Gibbler, after all." And
Touche.
he pours you a beer and he pours a ginger beer as well, and he hands them both to you, and he charges you an amount so piddly that I'm not going to bother making you keep track of it, because keeping track of every single copper is dumb and boring.
Well, thank you kindly. Hey, listen. What's the deal with that Ghibli guy?
He just sells really awful chickens and occasionally tries to con people out of money, but I mean, he doesn't really hurt people, aside from
Yeah.
intestinally.
But I mean, where I come from, somebody pulls shit like that. I mean, they're liable to get a face full of what do you call it? Retribution.
We find him a funny distraction, especially when, the hobgoblin attacks are happening. Thank God they haven't hit the bars. Apparently they know better.
No better than to attack first.
Well, yeah,
Interesting.
if you attack the one place where a bunch of drunk, angry people like to conjugate, what do you think will happen when you get a bunch of those drunk, angry people really angry and then suddenly sober?
Yeah, fair enough. So you ever have hobgoblins around here before? Is that like, are they rare around these parts, or?
I mean, we just started getting them 7 months ago. Till then, we hadn't really had much of anything. Occasional dumb monster attack, but nothing this organized before. Nothing
Never
that
came-
nothing that the town guards couldn't handle like this. They're sneaky bastards.
Never came through town to trade or anything?
Hobgoblins? No, they never came in through to trade. They just started attacking all of a sudden. We have no idea why.
Interesting. Well, thank you kindly for the information. I'm gonna go see to our learned friend and her troublesome bowels. You have a good one out here.
Yeah, tell her not to eat any more of the chickens.
Oh, I think she learned her lesson.
At like,
All right, so
I'm not saying this as any character or anything, but since you bought like 16 of them, you could potentially weaponize them if you use them correctly. Just saying. Anyway, what were you saying, Skippy? Hello? Am I coming through?
Just kind of,
You ruined it.
No, I didn't ruin
Troublesome.
it. I'm still using push to talk and nothing's happening. I think it's just my internet is shitting itself right now.
What do I even know about this bar?
What was that?
You're back, hey.
I am back. My internet is shitting itself because I'm still using push to talk.
gosh.
Anyway, what did you say? What was that question about the bar?
I'm just saying that my characters have nothing to do with this bar, which doesn't seem the type of place where you get a nice red wine.
I'm putting on a second pair of gloves. It is filthy in here.
Pretty much.
I mean, you haven't asked what they have. You can always try to ask.
It is not that type of place. If they have what they call wine, I very much doubt I would want to drink it.
This is true. It's probably a bad year and everything. Gosh.
I would sooner eat one of those filthy chickens.
I love this dandy French halfling knight.
Alright, so after after Kadla's bowels have finished destroying themselves to get rid of this chicken, what do you guys want to do? Because you have a lead, you can go to the jails and talk to the captain about getting paid to take care of this hobgoblin
Yes, we must
problem.
see about this hobgoblin problem.
I agree.
Alright, as you wander through town trying to find the jail, which you can find relatively easily, you also notice that the tallest building in town seems to be this stone, sort of almost stereotypical wizard's tower. But that's not the jail. I'm just pointing out that that is one of the landmarks that you can go to. You actually can go anywhere, but that's one of the landmarks. But you do find the jail pretty easily. It's the second tallest building in the lower. Technically, they call it the lower quarter, even though it's half the city, but they still call it a quarter for whatever reason.
Gosh, I wonder what they need such a big jail for.
When you go in, you see there are a couple of like guards just running around, getting busy. They're trying to predict like where the hobgoblins are going to potentially sneak in next, where they would hit next. But for the most part, they don't really notice you. There are a couple of vagabonds in the jail cells. Most seem to be human, but there's a couple halflings here and there, just who managed to step on the wrong side of the law.
Well, I'm gonna collar one of the officers.
He turns around and goes, what do you need? What?
Howdy, name's Cliff. I'm a part of what would you call it? Band of insane vigilantes. We understand that. We understand that you got something of a monster problem. We'd like to offer our services in exchange for some fair recompense.
He sits there and he thinks, and then he nods his head and he goes, just wait 1 minute. And he runs off, and then a couple minutes later, he comes back out, and an older looking guard, about in his mid-40s maybe, comes out and he gives you all a nod. And he's like, so, you're the quote-unquote insane vigilantes?
Yes, sir. Killers for hire.
And you want to take care of the hobgoblin problem. I hope that's what you're going for here. I hope.
You reckon that we just came to town to visit the town watch office and announce our intention to wantonly commit murder of townsfolk? You think that's what we're doing? Wow, we really are insane. Gosh.
I've heard of adventurers doing stupider things. Trust me.
Well, I mean,
Not that the DM is speaking from experience or anything.
Well, I mean, when you get right down to it, if you set loose powerful people in a world with no actual consequence, you know, it's a coin toss as to whether or not they're gonna flip to the side of evil.
True.
But I'm not here to discuss philosophy. Perhaps I'll allow my diminutive yet noble friend here to explain our intentions.
And he looks down and, as if for the first time, noticing Miro, he's like, oh, hello.
Yes, as my friend here rather ineloquently put it,
Love you too, buddy.
we'll talk later. We understand you have rather a problem with these hobgoblins. We intend to render our assistance in any way that we can.
Well, we don't know much about the hobgoblins in general, but we do have one nasty motherfucker currently in one of the jail cells upstairs. Calls himself Greth Krell. And whew, he had a collection of ears on a necklace when we caught him. Human ears, elf ears, half-orc ears, just ears. We don't get it.
My pappy had one of those. Good times.
I am glad I never knew your pappy.
That's okay. I'm sure you'll meet him at some point.
As an aside to
ominous.
Smithy's character, you're not helping.
Oh, my apologies. Do carry on.
Alright, so he leads you upstairs to Oh no, it's not upstairs. It's still on the first floor. He leads you to the cell that Greth Krell is currently in, and he's just sitting there, looking really bored and like picking at the wall, like just sort of scraping his fingernail against it, trying to make like tally marks or something. You're not quite sure, but the guard captain just nods towards him and leaves you. Then Greth Krell looks over at you, and he just sort of gets this like impish grin, and he's like, "Well, they sent me new toys to play with, eh? Well, try your best. I ain't gonna talk."
Okay? So I assume the course of action now is must intimidate you. Skippy, you got anything for intimidate, or should I take the lead?
I got +8.
Plus 10.
Ooh,
Nice.
fearsome. Go for it.
Now, you see, right now you have rather lavish accommodations compared to what you could be in. How you say, know some people. I could make your time here significantly worse and significantly more unpleasant. I suggest you would rather talk to us, and now I have to roll.
Now you have to roll.
Well,
there
shit.
we go. He just sort of looks at you. He's like,
Skippy.
little one, you obviously have not seen what a hobgoblin cell is like. Whatever you can do to me, that's a vacation compared to that. And then he sort of looks at the sides of your heads, and he's like, nah, they look too much like little kid elf ears. That's not honorable.
Honorable, huh? So, so you're a pretty well-regarded warrior amongst your people then, huh?
Maybe not a warrior, but I am pretty well regarded among.
Well-regarded, huh? Time to get caught.
I'm going to need you to roll diplomacy for that. Because
I don't think I have diplomacy.
he's not willing to answer. Or you could say it in a threatening voice and use intimidate.
Well, I'm just asking a simple question. I mean,
He's not willing to answer that. Unless you roll, he's just going to flat out say that he's not going to tell you because you're not worthy.
well, fair enough. I'm just having a friendly chat. No worries here.
I'm sorry,
It's alright.
but you're too human for us to ever be friends.
Oh,
Even half
shucks.
a human is too filthy for me.
Now, listen, I completely understand where you're coming from. I mean, like, ogres, am I right? Sheesh. Can't stand the bastards.
My best friend is an ogre.
My condolences.
He sort of gives you this little sneer and growl. You tell things are not going well.
Well, listen, friend. I know you're not going anywhere. They might execute you. They might not. They might just humiliate you. They might hold you up as an example to other hobgoblins. Say, oh, sure, you might poke at our town, do a little bit of damage here and there, but I mean, we can catch you. We can hold you. There's no escape from here. And the fact is, you kind of put yourself in this situation. So I don't know, friend. If you're happy with these filthy humans and their town shitting all over your legacy as a hobgoblin hero, maybe that's fine. Maybe that's okay. Maybe we'll just move right along here. Maybe once we track down your little band of raiders, we'll tell them. What's this guy's name again?
Greth Krell.
We'll tell them that the mighty Greth Krell is sitting in a tiny, cramped cell, getting stared and gawked at as a curiosity, really more than a source of fear. So maybe you want to ask yourself, you want to talk to us, or maybe you want to jeopardize your legacy. I'll roll intimidate for this one.
Yeah, and give yourself a +5.
Whoa! That's plus 13, yo. Woohoo!
Wow, even rolling a 9, you got a 22 on that. So
It's a hell of a modifier.
at first it looks like he's about to chuckle and brush you off, but then as he starts the inhale to do that, he sort of just closes his mouth, and then his eyes sort of slowly look at the floor, and it looks like he's thinking it over. And he's like, so, my legacy as a hobgoblin. I think that it is true that they do know, but the thing is, they already know I'm in here. After all, 7 of us came in, only 1 of us went out. And we knew that the guards had explicit orders to get 1 of us alive.
And that happened to be you.
Yes.
Well,
Roll.
Hmm.
Is it insight? Is that what the skill's called? I think it's insight or sense motive.
I don't think I have either of those.
Well, you can roll it either way. It's not untrained. Roll sense motive. Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Okay, what's the
Wisdom. Yep.
What is my wisdom
I
is
think you
15,
got a
that's plus 2?
No, it's +1.
Yeah.
Oh,
14,
no,
15,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
plus
yes,
2.
it's +2. Sorry.
Whoa!
Oh!
Good rolls.
Yeah. You can definitely tell that he's hiding something, and he's doing a very poor job of hiding it. Almost on purpose.
I get the feeling I'm not getting the full story here, Greth Krell.
If only you half pinky.
Yeah, come on, let's hold off on the name calling here. We're talking two sentient creatures, one to another. Now, listen. Oh, you know that your friends, your family, they're eventually going to be exterminated. Now, we brokered a deal. I'm going to be straight with you. We brokered a deal with the town guards here to, how can I put this? Basically, kill as many of you as possible. Now, I've seen my share of bloodshed. I'd like to resolve this amicably. But to do that, I need to understand your motives. I need to understand what you want by attacking this town. Maybe we can come to a deal. Maybe we can negotiate.
Even in here, I will not tell what Zulkis is planning. Because
Zulkis.
Yep, Zulkis. What he basically says is that he's willing to talk, but not about the overall plan, because he legitimately fears Zulkis and his wrath. If he ever found out, even in captivity and safety, what he would do if he blabbed the plan. But he is willing to talk a little more now. So you don't have to roll. You don't have to roll any more checks to get him to answer questions. They interrogated.
We're questioning a hobgoblin.
Yeah, they're questioning a hobgoblin, and he collects ears, and also somebody named Zulkis is leading the attacks. All right, so what do you want to ask him about Zulkis? Aside from the master plan, because he won't tell that.
Number?
Yeah.
Like how many hobgoblins we're dealing with?
We are working with a not inconsiderable amount. I really don't know the full numbers, but at least several dozen. A small army.
Where'd you come from, Grethkrell? Where are you from originally?
I am from here. My tribe is from here. We were here before the filthy pinkies took it over and claimed it as their own. And we will be here after we burn this pathetic
I'm more of an
excuse of
eggshell white, thank you.
We will be here after we burn this pathetic excuse for civilization to the ground.
So, you got a village, camp? You move around a lot?
We have situated ourselves in a ruined city about 2 miles up the mountain. The town is basically at the base of a mountain, and if you were to go outside and look up, you could see a couple of ruins up there, so he's obviously not lying about that. So.
Living this close, just 2 miles away, you never came down to trade, to talk, to parlay, to try and coexist?
Why would we try to do that with invaders and murderers?
Oh, fair enough. Maybe they got things that you want? I don't know, I'm no politician here. Well, we got any other questions, friends?
I didn't put points to intimidate, son of a bitch.
Well, you can ask. I said earlier you can ask him anything without having to roll for it now.
But I want to torture him.
Basically.
So you're asking about numbers, but you're not asking about Zulkis, the actual person itself?
Well, how are they getting supplies? Like, yeah, they must be getting. You're right to ask about trading. How they're getting arms and armor for that many people? Well, hobgoblins. Hobgoblins aren't people.
Why do you think we started the covert raids?
Fair enough. So who is
Because you were
Zelkus?
bored.
Zolkus is a troll. And not just any troll, but the smartest
Internet troll.
Yes. The smartest fucking troll I've ever met in my life. He puts some humans to shame.
I'm sorry, smartest troll you've ever met isn't a very high bar.
Trust me, this one is pretty high.
Zelkus. Where's he hide out?
He hides out in that abandoned city with us. He usually hangs out in his war room, which is well protected by, like, keys, riddles. You'll have to work to get to him. And even if you do, judging from the looks of you, you've probably never fought a troll.
You would be right, but why would hobgoblins take orders from a troll?
Challenged our leader to an honorable trial of combat. He won handily. We swore allegiance to him, as per our rule.
Fascinating.
Alright, well that's simple enough. We just have to get Heave in there to shoot him in the face.
I reckon we can just
Honorably.
rig up some kind of catapult, shoot him through the window, there you go. Send him and his damn weasel. Yeah!
I prefer a plan that does not involve my flight.
Just a joke,
Flying's
little buddy.
fun for a few seconds.
Oh, well, apparently I'm
Till
not
you
streaming
land.
this. Oh well. I am recording it, so
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I guess
people will
stream
see it
went
either
down.
way. Yeah.
Well, I guess if we have no other questions, thank you very much for your assistance, Greth Krell. Is there anything that we can do for you? Can we get you, I don't know, any special kind of food? Maybe a book?
Unless you can get me my ears back.
I think I think we'd do something about that. Unless there's a lockpick hidden in one, but well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Thank you kindly for your time.
And he just goes back to staring out the window.
All right, team meeting. Let's go down the hall a little bit.
I want to do something.
Oh,
Just to be a jerk. I want to shred up one of the diet chickens on the stick and have it mixed with his food.
Okay,
Would that be sleight of hand too?
Yeah, go ahead.
way to ruin our chances at diplomacy.
I don't want him to find out that he did. I don't want him to find out that I did that. I want to cure him and make myself look like a hero.
And
I hear that the humans interrogated and then poisoned one of our own.
You never used diplomacy to begin with. You intimidated him.
It's true. It's true. I guess our intimidation is good.
So go ahead and roll that sleight of hand.
Rolling the dice. It's not loading.
Oh, fun.
Hang on, let me refresh.
Okay. That's the joy. Oh,
Oh,
there we
wait,
go.
25.
25. Oh boy. Okay, let me roll his constitution save. You got a natural one.
Oh, he's gonna be so sick.
A couple hours later, Greth Krell will have a rather sizable pile of filth in the corner of his jail cell. Because he doesn't have a bucket. And even if he had a bucket, it wouldn't be enough.
Alright. Can I, like, write a note for an indirect bluff?
Sure. Yeah, sure. I was trying to think if that would be
I want to get a note together
forgery.
with some not poisoned food. With some not poisoned food. My business card. And one free serving of Dr. Nom's artificial scab gel.
I don't think that cures indigestion. I think that's only visible wounds. You would need, like, cure disease, or remove disease, or something for that.
No, it's fine. You eat the worm goo, and then the worms
I'm
eat the
banking on the
food, and
placebo
then
effect here.
Yeah, poison and potion don't mix.
Yeah.
In
All right.
an earlier version of D&D, it could make them blow up.
So you guys are having a group meeting?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and do your thing.
Oh, jeez. All right. So what do you reckon? Like I think he's telling the truth about the town, but shit, I don't really want to start a a three sentient person three person war.
Demi human, I think is the term.
And demi-humans, so I don't know. Maybe we ought to figure out what this Zulkus wants. I mean, do you think we should get up there and what you call it, parlay with him, or?
It is our duty to
Maybe we
halt.
can rent some whores for him.
Look,
It is our duty to halt any further attacks on this city.
well, I mean, technically we haven't got paid yet. Maybe we should see about getting paid first.
It is our duty.
Look, duty's all well and good, but unless you want to eat Cobbler's stock of leftover rancid chicken, we're gonna need some bucks. I'm not saying that we won't see it through, and I'm not saying that we won't do this in a way in accordance with your rules of chivalry, but fact is, I mean, we're flat broke.
And perhaps you are.
You mean you've been holding out on us? I've been holding out on us for research funds, but oops.
Okay, so we're not broke. I'm just broke.
Well, that's
And I
typically...
bought dinner last night, you sons of bitches!
It would be impolite to refuse your hospitality.
Oh, I hate you guys so much. I'm negotiating the contract then. For God's sake. After all we've been through.
Well, I'm always up for a target-rich environment.
Well, I mean, if our social skills are up to the task, I think you're gonna have more than enough targets. Oh my goodness! All right, let's go find the guard captain.
All right.
See if we can mercenary eyes.
All right. Yeah, he's just working with his men to try and prevent the next invasion. They're like, they haven't entered here yet, I don't think. This waterway is fairly unprotected. Maybe we should put some more people on there, but then we would have to pull people from here and here. And it's like, and then he notices you, and he's like, "Oh, hi, hello,
Howdy.
I want to electrocute hobgoblins.
awesome."
This is a bad time.
No, go ahead. Like, we'll be planning this all day. If you don't interrupt me now, then you won't interrupt me at all.
Alright, well then I'll cut to the chase, because I can see you got a lot on your plate. We'd like to offer our services in handling the hobgoblin problem. We interrogated your prisoner and got some information out of him, which we'd be happy to share, but first, we need to negotiate a fee. A bounty, if you will.
All right. We will give you 10 gold for every hobgoblin head you bring us. And if you manage to find their leader, they apparently don't know anything about Zulkus, we'll give you 200, which, since he doesn't know anything about Zulkus, is insultingly low for a troll.
What if we're able to broker peace?
What? What?
We're just talking hypotheticals here. We gotta work out all the details.
He blinks a couple times and shakes his head, and he's trying to wrap his head around that, and he's like, "What? Peace? Why? What?
All right, 400 gold pieces up front. We'll give you whatever information we have, and you can decide whether or not it'll be worth negotiating something a bit more than a per head bounty.
Okay, roll
Diplomacy, probably.
diplomacy. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Diplomacy.
I think I'm at a D20 plus 1. What's my charisma? Yep.
Oh, damn, escape.
I didn't get diplomacy. 15?
Plus 10 diplomacy.
Yeah, you definitely managed to beat what I rolled, which was 7 plus 2.
Ooh.
So, so he's like 400 up front. All right, 400 up front, and then the people start counting it out and weighing stuff, and they hand you a big old bag with 400 gold in it.
Right. Well, as it turns out, the hobgoblins see your town as historical invaders of their land. They've retreated to the ruined city 2 miles up the mountain.
That place, god damn it! We
I
went
can't
there a
believe
couple.
they didn't.
We went there a couple times to look, but we never saw any hobgoblins. Just tracks. We thought they had abandoned it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. Turns out that this hobgoblin army is under the command of a troll by the name of Zulkus.
Oh, so 200 was. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. So we'll bring that up to 2,000. Or, well, you can't bring just the head back because then the head will just grow into. We'll magically find out if you're lying or not if you tell us when you kill the troll.
I am insulted that you think I couldn't figure out a way to bring you a still living troll head without the body growing back.
You
No, you
really
just-
can't.
I've got methods.
No, you
Sear
really
the next
can't.
Cauterize the next stump, it's fine. But apparently this troll is supremely intelligent.
What? Like
Above average, even for a sentient demi-human.
Yeah, so I think he might
What?
actually be able to read.
shit? I've never. What?
Right. Which, now I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but it seems like there's another motive at play here. I don't see why a troll would care about territorial disputes with the hobgoblins, but here we are. So, if we're able to broker peace, I think we're gonna need a reasonable sum, because I mean, let's face it, for your merchants, that's a whole untapped market living up the mountain. Well, safety of your townsfolk comes first.
If you manage to broker peace.
Hang on.
By the way.
Nope. No, sir.
Okay.
Oh, but on that topic, I was.
Won't bluff.
All right,
I
looks
hope-
like I gotta duck out early, so I
Okay.
will just do what a mad scientist does.
Okay. Oh, I hope my voice has been capturing on OBS. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
See something real quick.
If it comes to combat, I just linked you my sheet, Kalon.
Okay. I mean,
I go for sneak attack zaps whenever possible.
Okay.
It's pretty simple.
I hope it's. I'll look at the video. Make sure I
Yeah,
came through.
there should be my my electric ray does
Right,
let me
right,
use my
it's-
sneak attack with that.
Okay.
So that should be okay. 2d6
Okay,
is
yep.
not terrible. All right,
Yep.
see you guys.
Yep.
See ya.
All right, so yeah.
Now I wonder if you could do us one more quick service. Our hobgoblin friend in the cell there was extremely helpful, and I think that it would reflect well on you as a city if you'd let him have his gross necklace of ears back. It means a lot to him.
No, absolutely not. This is non-negotiable. We cannot give that back to him because we sort of threw it into a fire because it was really gross and creepy.
Oh hell.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness I only said we'll see what we can do.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, I've got a town that I need to defend because it's been a while since the last attack.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. We'll see what we can do.
All right, and he goes back to planning everything. So if you guys want to explore the town, that's fine. But it's getting pretty late in the day, so.
Oh, what do you reckon, friend?
I don't know, what does the town have for us that hobgoblins don't?
Excuse me, was that a question for me or was that a question for Skippy?
Yes.
Oh, okay, what was it again?
Hey, what does the town have for us that hobgoblins don't?
Well, there is that Wizard's Tower that you haven't gone to look at yet. And then there's the entire northern half of the city that you haven't looked at yet. Well, I say city, but it's more like town.
Well, what do you reckon? Is there anything worthwhile in the mage tower, or I don't know, we'll just go for a little walk, go for a stroll, get a coffee or something.
I suppose it will not hurt to take in the local flavor.
You want me to pick you up some wet wipes or something?
His filthy ear.
All right. So are you exploring the town or are you just going to go to bed?
Let's go for a stroll.
All right. Do you want to stroll over to the Wizard's Tower or what? Hey, where are you guys going?
You have any preference?
Not really.
Hang on. Yeah, Wizard's Tower it is.
All right. So as you head over to the Wizard's Tower, it's again easily the tallest building in town. Very traditional looking tower, stone. It's got the top that's slightly wider than the base with the little it's just your traditional Wizard's Tower. However, when you look up at it and you look through, see the top floor windows, they sort of like have you see them sort of flash orange for a little bit, and then some smoke starts pouring out, and then you hear somebody say, "Oh, damn it, not again!"
Oh, well, I suppose we found where Kodla wants to hang out.
I mean, the door, the wooden door is right there. It's right there at the base for you to knock on.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, you approach the door, and then you reach up for the knocker, and then you knock on it a couple of times, and then an illusory head appears, and it's of this elven. It's like a sort of approaching middle-age elf, and he has no hair on his head, and his eyebrows are very badly singed. He's like, yes. How can I help you? Yes.
Howdy.
Hello.
We I guess we need bombs, huh? Yeah, you got bombs? We have bombs.
It's more of an alchemy thing, but I suppose. Yes. Go ahead and open the door, and you hear it magically click. Come right up. Give me Two minutes? Yes, 2 minutes. And then the face disappears, and then you hear sounds upstairs, like he's trying to put out a fire or something by beating it with a pillow.
So what does a magical click sound like as opposed to a normal click?
It just sounds like a normal click, but like you know that it has to be magical because apparently he's on the top floor, and he can't be bothered to come like 3 flights down in order to unlock a door while his house is on fire.
I guess we'll just let ourselves in then.
All right, you walk in, and then there's a nice little fountain with like some plants growing around it. You're probably thinking this is probably some sort of like alchemy shit going on. And as you walk up the stairs, there's another door, and when you open it, you see the wizard. He's just like standing on his couch and beating the last of these flames out with a pillow on his couch. He's like, just a repair spell would probably bring that as good as new. Yes, hello. Hi.
Howdy. Well, we're new in town, and gosh, I don't know if you might have heard, but there have recently been some hobgoblin attacks.
Hobgoblin? I haven't been out of my tower for some months. That's still happening? I thought they would have taken care of that by now.
Still happening, huh?
Yeah, last I heard of it was when the last time I came out of my tower 4 months ago.
4 months.
Yeah.
That's a considerable amount of time.
Yeah.
Well, we've been let's say engaged by the town to handle this.
Oh. Yes, that sounds good, so that's why you would need the bombs, I suppose.
Well, I mean, they're mostly a contingency plan, but yeah, essentially, we need a backup.
And he's like, contingency plan? So, your backup is the violence, so that means you must be trying to talk to them. And he looks you over and he's like, very curious for adventurers. Yes. When I used to run with adventurers, we would just normally go in and kill things. I would just throw fireballs and poof, and problem gone.
Well, technically, we're not particularly persuasive. We tend to be a bit more forceful in our method here.
So trying something new, I see. Yeah.
Well, the fact is, we simply don't want to fight a troll.
A troll? My. Oh. That's different. Highly. Yes.
Yeah.
See that.
Yeah, as it turns out, that's their boss, their warlord, if you will. So,
How would a troll get to become a hobgoblin? Very curious. And he just moves over to a book and he starts writing things down. And he's like, yes. Sorry. That was rude. Sorry. As you can see, I don't get out much.
Oh, by all means. So, I mean, in addition to the bombs, maybe any advice, any background information? You said you ran with adventures, so maybe you know a thing or two about hobgoblins, trolls, tactics.
Well, a smart troll, I have no idea what their tactics would be like. After all, that's impossible. I've never even encountered a troll that could even add 2 + 2. Last time I asked a troll what 2 + 2 was, it was, please stop setting fire to my skin.
That was a pretty direct way of asking, I suppose.
Well, actually, he was quite more colorful, but I don't like you to use that language.
No, fair enough. Say, I don't suppose you'd be willing to come with us. I mean, we could use a spellcaster.
I normally would, but I am quite a time-sensitive ritual. You see, he points over to, like, this bubbling concoction. He's like, and then he starts explaining things that are way too magically technical for either of your abilities. Like, it maybe if Kadla was here, she might be able to understand it, but no, there's no way you guys will understand it. He's just techno babbling about magic.
Ooh, gosh, that does sound fairly important.
Yes.
Well then.
Plus, if the hobgoblins are coming, I'd protect my things. Maybe they might try to attack my tower for whatever reason.
Well, I can understand the impulse. That's very reasonable.
But I can spare you a couple of, and he opens up a closet and starts digging around it, and you're noticing he's being very careful not to throw anything, because what he is looking for is, where are they? I know what I'm looking for, but I just want to make sure. Alright, here it is. He gives you like 3 flasks of acid and 3 flasks of alchemist fire. And he's like, this will temporarily stop a troll's regenerative powers for a little bit. Not too long, but enough to actually do some harm with your swords and whatnot.
Hey, I just thought of something. Take a look at this. Unsling my blunderbuss and just lay it down on a clear space of workbench.
And his eyes like widen. He's like, I've heard of these, but I've never seen a gun before. Oh my goodness! He rushes over. He grabs like glasses with like magnifying lenses on them, and he just starts looking it over. And he's like, oh my goodness gracious!
Oh, thank you kindly. I built it myself.
Beautiful, beautiful work.
That's a simple matter of engineering. Now, my question to you is this. Would it be possible... Now, let me phrase this. Would it be possible to package something like a spell, like, say, a web spell, into a flask that's able to be shot out of this device, and then activate on impact?
He puts his hand to his mouth and just like sort of taps his finger on his chin, thinking. He's like, yes, it's quite possible, quite possible. I would need some time to prepare. He's doing some like mental calculations. Web spell. What level is that? I think web is only level 1, so it shouldn't be too long.
Right, or perhaps some kind of a sleep.
Trolls are too hardy for magical sleep, I'm afraid.
It'd work against hobgoblins, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, hobgoblins, yes, it would work against. Let's see. Wizard spells. I know sleep is a first level wizard spell. I'm just trying to check on web.
I think web might be level 2.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yep. I know,
I mean, he's capable of casting level 2 spells, so he's probably able to make it. It's just a question of how long it takes it because of, like, spell level and everything. Web.
Sure. And it would make sense that only very simple spells could be bound to something like that.
Well, I mean, this is Epic 6, so you're only going to find up to level 3 spells anyway.
Right.
But, Web is a level 2 spell for sorcerers and wizards, so that would take 2 days to make, but Sleep, I'm pretty sure it's only a level 1, so that would only take about a day.
Interesting. Utility bullets. I like this.
Yes.
I like this a lot. This is real interesting.
So which would you like me to work on first, the webbing or the sleep?
I think the web would be most handy. We might not have time to take care of it before we set off, but well, if I come back...
Oh, I would certainly work on it, yes.
Great. Well, that's fantastic.
Alright, so total it's going to take him about 3 days to make all of the bullets, but if you come back in 2, he'll have the web bullet ready.
Nice.
As he's working on the sleep ones.
Okay.
How much? He says, we'll discuss cost later about these things.
Well, I thank you kindly. Here, you got a spare pencil and paper? I'll draw you some schematics for the gun here, so you know what you're working with.
He nods and he grabs a parchment and quill and he hands them to you. The quill magically has ink in it forever.
Gosh, that's handy.
Saves me money in the long run. Especially since
absolutely.
I'm an elf and he lived for quite a while.
Yeah. Alright, so I'll sketch out just the statistics here.
All right. And then he takes it, and then he nods, and he starts working on that in tandem with his experiments. Heave, do you want to ask the wizard anything?
No.
Okay.
Her magic is an interesting plaything, but is
All right. So it's getting pretty late, so you guys should probably head back to the inn. If you want a room, that's going to be a negligible cost that I won't charge you for. If you want a room down below for the night, it's going to run you 100 gold. Because yeah, companionship costs time and money.
No, I'm good.
Okay, so just the free room, and I'm pretty sure Moreau would not take the companion room.
no. Alright, Xerxes, to the inn.
uh,
Then get a head start on my sleep by falling asleep in the saddle, taking Xerxes to his own devices.
and as you do that, like Xerxes has to travel on the main road. He is not narrow enough to go through the alleys, and people just sort of
he's
like.
a ferret.
Well, he's a big ferret.
Medium-sized.
Oh, then he might be able to get through the alleys, but either way, it would still probably be rather uncomfortable. So he starts running through the main road, and people are like, "Oh, whoa, hey, no!" And yeah, and so that night, you're woken in the middle of the night by a really loud like alarm bell. And outside, people are screaming like, "Fire! Get the buckets! Help! Everybody! I think the hobgoblins are attacking!" Ah! Like this is waking you up in the middle of the night. Yeah.
Trouble.
Yes.
I love medieval demons with their face crotch.
All right, so yeah, there's trouble about outside. Are you guys just gonna sleep through it or fucking help?
Well, I know the wee knight is probably gonna be like, we must protect the people. It is our duty. So I can't let him run off alone.
Yeah, whistle for Xerxes.
All right, Xerxes bounds out of the stable that he's staying in with the horses, and he just sort of poses majestically as he stands in front of the inn for you to hop on.
Pee, 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 pee.
It'll be Duke. He's duking excitedly.
Oh, cute.
To battle.
And he bounds off, and you run towards the orange glow that's flickering off in the horizon, and it's actually still in the lower district, and you can move through, and because you're riding on him and not sleeping on him, you can barely fit through the alleys, so you sort of take a shortcut through that way. And then you see a line of people just passing buckets from the nearby river and just tossing it onto the flames to try and douse it. It's a pretty big fire, and it's to one of the shops that like it's not something that you guys would normally be interested, just like normal everyday clothing. And the bucket brigade isn't doing any good. And then a woman rushes out, and she's like, she's doing that actually. And somebody puts a blanket over her, and then she looks around, and her eyes are just like wide with terror, and she's like, "My daughter's still in there!"
Oh,
My
hell.
baby. Someone save my baby. And my
My
dog. And my washer and drying machine combo.
Catch my horse! Alright, well, let's spring into action then. Let's do it.
All right. Are you gonna want to just go in there, or do you want to douse a bandana in some water and put it over your mouth first? Because that would probably be the smart thing to do.
Sure.
Smoke
Yes.
inhalation is a thing. I was going to consider that in the rules. All
But I
right.
already do have an advantage with my decreased stature.
So you enter in the flaming building, and the heat is so intense that I'm going to do this. I'm not going to roll initiative, but I'm going to do this round by round. And you guys are actually Skippy might not be affected by this much at all because he's a tiefling and has fire resistance. But I'm going to roll a d6 for fire damage.
Well, I resist 5, so
yeah,
at
you do
most
resist
I'll
5
take a damage.
Yeah, at most you will take 1 damage, but I mean this will probably go faster with both of you looking around anyway. So you're in the house, round 1. What do you guys want to do?
Eve, go first.
Yeah, fuck off. No, you go. You're higher initiative.
Screw you! You go first. All right. In that case, can I roll perception to see if I can hear crying or something?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. That's exactly what you need. You actually do hear some crying coming up from the second floor.
Second floor.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Eve, what do you want to do now?
Oh, before that, I'm gonna shout out second floor.
Why is it always stairs? Okay, fine. Let's start climbing up bloody stairs.
All right. So you both I rolled a 2, so Skippy doesn't take any damage. But Heave does take 2 because he does not have any fire resistance. So as you start climbing up the stairs, you notice that one of the beams is starting to creak and groan as if it's about to collapse. So I need you both to make dexterity or reflex saves.
Reflexing.
Yep.
Wait, +9?
Okay, well,
Wait, am I +5 here? +5.
Skippy manages to leap out of the way, but...
Can I do acrobatics instead?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, wait, shit, acrobatics is the same check. Fuck.
Alright, then never mind then. Skippy makes it out of the way just fine, but the thing crashes down on Heave and does 4 crushing damage, and his legs are pinned, but I mean, Skippy, you could probably lift that up.
Yep.
Because I certainly can't.
Alright, Skippy's going to take out of turn fire damage potentially as he lifts this up. Actually, you do take 1 fire damage because I did manage to roll a 6.
Cool. All right.
Alright, so you lift it up and Heave crawls out, and then you continue to go up the stairs. So second round, what do you guys want to do next?
I think I'm gonna roll another perception to get a specific sense of where it's coming from.
Okay, this is the last time you can use perception for success, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you crush it. It's coming from not the last room down the hall, but the second to last on the left. There's like there's like 3 rooms on the left and 2 on the right, and that crying is coming from the second floor, or second to last room on the left, so the middle one.
All right, let's book it.
All right. In there, you see a girl. She's about 8 years old, and she's like curled up near a wall, and she's like crying, and she's like just paralyzed with fear as like fire just rages in her room.
A horrible fire-eyed demon steps out of the flames.
Yeah, exactly.
Come with me if you want to live.
You're gonna have to roll perception for that.
So
or, not
human
perception.
child, yes.
Yes, human child. You guys are gonna have to probably roll diplomacy or something.
Screw that. Just scoop her up, man.
Hey, would a 10 for being childlike, human childlike, do it?
For a 10?
Yeah, I have a feat where I can just take 10, or I can get +2 for disguising as human child.
Oh, no, taking 10 means you act as if you had rolled 10. So what's your bonus to diplomacy?
My bonus to diplomacy is 10.
So yeah, you would actually roll a 20 on that. So, yes, 20 is way more than enough. Like, she sees somebody her height, rather, not her age, but her height, coming up and being like,
It would be her age. The feat is literally to disguise yourself as a human child.
oh, okay, it would be her age, and you tell her, in, like, I guess, like, some sort of French accent that the big scary man dressed in the weird hat carrying a gun is actually perfectly fine and a nice man, and that you should crawl into his arms so that way you can get out safely. And she just doesn't resist as Skippy walks over and scoops her up and carries her out, and she like clutches her arms around his neck. And so now you have to go back. That is end of the second round, so let's 2 fire damage. So Skippy doesn't take anything, and Heave continues to take 2. And
All right.
third round, so I'm guessing you want to go back downstairs. However, the debris is like sort of in the way. So somebody's going to either have to do some fancy maneuvering, which would be, I guess, acrobatics?
Is there a window?
Is there a window? Roll a I guess that would be
Perception.
That would be perception. So yes, go ahead and roll perception. Because it is for a different thing rather than trying to hear the girl.
Right.
The smoke is so thick and you have such little time to think about it that you do not find a window on the second floor.
Hell, looks like we're jumping down the stairs then.
All right.
Hang on tight. Close your eyes, little sack of taters.
She clutches you so tight that she's actually almost choking you.
All right, here we go. Big jump, then we're gonna get you to your mom.
Acrobatics. Roll for it. You do it just fine. Heave, you can crawl under one of the things just fine since you're not carrying a human child with you.
And I'm small, yes.
Yeah, and you're small. And you rush out of the house and you bring the girl back to her mother, and she starts crying, a mix of fear and happiness and relief that her daughter is safe. And they don't have anything to really give you except their gratitude. But they...
There is no thanks needed, madame.
And a couple minutes later...
I say, relinquishing my sleeve.
and like a couple seconds later, the house just and starts collapsing. And it's at this point where people finally start managing to get it under control after it's a giant pile of rubble. But hey, her daughter is safe, so she doesn't really give a shit about her house right now. And after you do
I'd like
that,
to give them 50 gold pieces.
okay. The mother just looks at you. And
That's probably ridiculously a lot.
That is ridiculous a lot, but that's enough to buy a new house at least. So she looks up at you. She looks down. She's like, I don't know what to say except thank you.
You keep that safe. You keep that hidden. Now you got a place to stay for tonight?
She looks around. She looks around, and another woman nods, and she's like, yes, she can stay at my house for tonight, for as long as she needs, until she can get back on her feet.
All right.
And after that, you see one of the guards. He's rushing, and he looks over at you, and he's like, "We found them. We found the hobgoblins. They set fire to this house. Do you want to come help us take care of them?"
Well, what do you say, Sir Tiny?
Naturally.
All right. And,
Let's do it.
All right, and they lead you to where the hobgoblin incursion is. You see 4 hobgoblins, which are just basically bigger sized goblins with blue skin as opposed to green skin. At least it's blue in Pathfinder. And they have really ugly animals, which is the best you can think of for a description, is a cross between a dog and a rat. It is hairless and ugly, and it looks like it has a shitload of lice and fleas and all sorts of awful things. And they are carrying torches and just throwing them into various houses, and they're chopping down guards and civilians that are happen to be running by. And I need you all to roll initiative because they noticed you approach. And it's probably gonna be Skippy who goes first because holy shit, his initiative is +9.
Boom!
Oh yeah! Oh crap! Oh, there's my bestiary. Hold on. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. So I wrote down what pages these guys were on, so that way it won't take ever to look them up. Alright, so 7. Okay. Open up a new thing for and then page where Hobgoblin's on. 70.
Can I have earned grit for that?
Sure. That is doing something appropriately heroic. And you've got a what? Did you get?
Terrible wall.
7. Okay. You're going last. And
Yep.
Skippy got a 28, which is ridiculous. Okay. So, Skip, you are definitely up first.
Okay, how far away are they?
They are about 30 feet away. By the way, for people who are watching this after the fact on YouTube, we are doing this with no grids. We're using imagination.
Imagination!
We don't need no grids and minis.
What's my
Assuming
range
as the last
increment?
starts, we can take our weapons out.
Your range increments is 10 feet for a shotgun, I believe, for a blunderbuss. So they're 30 feet away. You can, if you're within your first range increment, it's a touch attack for you.
Yeah.
But I think if you're in your second increment, it is just a normal attack, and then every increment after that is a -2.
Right. But I can spend grit to resolve against touch AC, which is fine.
From your first range increment at least.
Range increment's 10 feet. My move is
30.
My move is 30?
Yep.
6 squares. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, well I'm gonna move up to 10 feet. How many hobs are there? 4?
There are 4, and with your since they don't know what a shotgun can do because they've never experienced anything like that, you can probably get 2 of them in the blast.
Nice. All right, cool. Well, in that case, I'm
just
gonna charge up.
Just to speed things up, we're going to use same attack rolls and damage for all of them.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so I'm gonna charge at him all like, "Through your hands, you son of a bitch!"
All right, they 16 definitely hits their touch AC.
All right, sweet. Let's see damage.
D8.
Oh,
holy shit! Okay,
I'm happy with this.
Okay, so 2 hobs take 8 damage.
All right, the motherfucker roars fire. Just
All right, they just they get hit with a shitload of bullets. They just get hit straight in the face, and they just scream in agony, and they're bleeding, and the other 2 that weren't hit are just go wide-eyed. They're like, holy shit, what the fuck was that? They actually say that in Goblin, if either of you can understand Goblin.
I do. Hooray!
Yeah, you can hear them say, "Holy shit, what the fuck was that?" And now they look at the dogs and they say, "Sick 'em!" And the two dogs run. One of the dogs runs up to Skippy, and the other one will run up to Heave, and they are going to try and bite you.
Who is it attacking specifically?
First, it's going to be attacking the ferret because
Xerxes.
yeah, it's going to be attacking Xerxes. Well, the first one definitely misses Skippy because he only rolled a 5.
Oof.
Does 20 beat Xerxes' AC?
I think Xerxes has 22 AC.
Jesus shit! How the? Well,
Let me double check.
I know you had 22.
I have 21.
Okay.
We're basing this on a dire weasel, so that has +2 natural armor, I think.
Yeah.
He's wearing studded leather, and he has a dexterity of +4, so that would be 21.
21. So nope. The dogs don't do anything. So Skippy, the two hobgoblins that you shot, sort of start doing. One of them does a wide circle around you, so that way they set up a flank, and he doesn't bring up an attack of opportunity. So they're flanking you, and they're both going to attack you because this is their turn. One rolls a natural 1, so he's definitely not going to be hitting. The other one rolled
by buckshot.
Fuck this dice. I wish I had my bag. Cause this I rolled a 1 and a 2. Oh, there it is.
You're allowed to win, Kalon. It's fine.
I know you're allowed to win, but god damn it, I want to hit at least once.
Look, they're blinded by blood. It makes sense.
Alright, and then the other two, they step back and they pull out their longbows. Yeah, that's a minor to do a 5-foot step back, move to bring out their longbows, and they're going to attack Skippy because he is obviously the larger threat at the moment.
Isn't there a penalty for using your longbow in close range?
That's why they took the step back.
Yeah, they're 15 feet away now.
Yep. Neither of them hit because this dice is also not rolling anything above a 7.
Oof.
Fucking shit.
It's okay. I've had garbage rolls for the most part.
Yeah. So now it is Heave's turn. Heave, you have a dog on your ass, and there are two hobgoblins roughly 35 feet away, and another two 30 feet away, looking really, really awful.
Yes, good. We're charging the one of a hobgoblin Skippy shot.
Okay, so the dog is going to take an attack of opportunity. Against Xerxes. Does not hit. So you're charging one of the ones that Skippy hit?
Yes.
Alright, go ahead and roll to attack at a +2, because I think that's how charging works to get a +2.
It is a +4 at level 3.
Oh, okay.
And I do not take an AC penalty anymore.
Oh, nice. That's right, because Cavaliers have special stuff. 18 definitely hits the hobgoblin, so go ahead and roll damage, although I think you're probably going to end up killing it. Yeah, you skewer him right through the chest, and he just sort of like and drops his sword as he dies. And that is your turn, I believe.
Yep. Now, when you say skewered, do you mean like actually skewered, or does he slide off it as he dies?
If you just if you point your weapon down, he'll slide off. But yeah. So, Skippy, it's your turn. You've got one hobgoblin able to. Well, actually, no. You have to spend a full round action to reload.
Actually, I think I'm gonna draw my sword.
Okay, draw your sword. That is a move action. I don't believe it provokes an attack of opportunity. Even if it does, I'm saying it doesn't because I'm the DM and I can run this game however I want.
Okay, so what am I doing? D20 plus 2, I think, because I have a -1
Yeah.
strength. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
19 hits, actually.
It's good. If it's a longsword +3, doesn't it also get +3 damage?
No, that +3 is the bonus I put in after I calculated your strength and base attack and everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
Oh.
it does a D8 -1 because you kill that one as well. You step up to him and you just slice him right in the head, and it takes a little while to work your sword out of his skull, but after you do, he just sort of falls to his knees and then plants face first, butt in the air. Very, very dead.
This is fun when we're not level 1.
Yeah. Why do you think I started you at level 3? Because level 1 fucking sucks.
Yeah!
So the dog chases after Xerxes and tries biting at him because the dogs are not smart. And he fails. The other dog is going to try and bite at Skippy. Finally, I might have actually hit something. Holy shit. 19?
One short, sorry.
Christ. Oh, okay. Well then.
It was a good roll, though.
Yeah, it was. It was a 17. They only get a +2. Alright. The other two that were, that sort of stepped back and shot their bows, just bolt. They run away, and some town guards chase after them, but they are gone. So now you are only dealing with the dogs who were ordered to attack. They're going to see that attack to the end. So Heave, it is your turn.
Okay, so what's the deal here? I've got one dog at my heels.
You got one dog at your heels, and you have one dog at Skippy's heels, and I actually think you and Skippy would be flanking, so one of the dogs.
I was going to say, because I'd probably be too close to both of the dogs to do a charge on them.
Yeah, they're both. One of them is right next to Skippy, and one of them is between you and Skippy.
Okay, yeah, so... Well then, I get them. One we're flanking.
Okay. So you get a +2 to that because you're flanking. And if Roll20 would ever load your attack.
Fucking Titan. Call it.
Oh, no. Sometimes
two.
Roll20 does take a while to load up attack rolls. Oh, dang. Yep, that's a hit. It's most definitely a hit. Six. That dog is looking pretty messed up. What was the weapon you used for that?
A lance.
Okay. You just sort of like draw your lance back and stab it right in its side, and it lets out this horrible and it looks at you and it starts growling again, and now it is Skippy's turn.
Okay, cool. Well, I think I'll longsword the one that we're also flanking.
Okay, go ahead. Yep. That is a hit. You probably will kill it. Yes, you killed it. You, as it's looking at Heave and sort of just like making itself look bigger and trying to posture itself, like right as it opens its mouth, you just lift your sword up and you slice its head off, and it just tumbles to the floor, and then the body falls to the side, and then now there's only one dog left, and it's still dumbly attacking because it's a dog, and it got orders, and it will not disobey those orders. Well, that's a critical threat, but it does not confirm. So it actually does get to finally bite you. Hooray. So Skippy, you take 10 damage, and I also need you to roll a fortitude save.
Fort. D20 plus 6.
All right, you're fine. All right, so this dog, it sees that you cut its friend's head off, and as you're like, yeah, and you draw your hand back, it just leaps up and bites you straight in the arm, and it's like, "Arr, arr."
You what? Son of a. Ah!
All right, Heave, it's your turn. You're gonna have to go around if you want to attack it.
Yeah, and it's grappling.
Yep.
Well,
I mean, it's not grappling. It just bit him really good.
Oh, the way you're saying it sounds like he's hanging
Nah.
off the arm, which...
Well, he was, and then I guess Skippy's character would like reel his arm back and would just pull it out of his mouth. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that. So, you're going around and you're gonna attack it, or?
So I just want to double check if I can move before I do a charge.
Oh, I don't think so unless you have a Cavalier ability that lets you do that.
Right, yeah, I don't know. You must move before you attack, not after.
Well, okay.
You must move at least 10 feet and may move up to double your speed.
Okay.
Yeah, so I actually could do something silly like running around in a circle of an attack.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, because fair, it's okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm charging my dog.
All right, go ahead and get him. Oh wow, yeah, you definitely get him. Only 3
Womp womp.
damage. Only 3 damage. Okay. You get a good charge in, and you still hit him, but he manages to notice at the last second, and he just sort of like twists out of the way, so you only like scrape his side a little bit, as opposed to getting him head on. This much. All right. So Skippy, it's your turn.
All right, sweet. Well, let's finish this up. Hopefully, I can tag it.
That is a hit. No, he is still alive. You get a good hit in on his side, and it's like, and it's bleeding really heavily, but it is still going to try and bite you, and definitely not get through your ridiculous dexterity bonuses.
Once bitten, twice shy.
All right, Heave. One more attack, I guess.
Yeah, charge it up.
All right. Whoa. Okay.
Damn.
I think you nuked him from orbit.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see how the damage goes.
Fuck!
Actually, that is barely enough. How do you want to do this? I'm going to make it so that each of the finishing blows in an encounter you guys get to describe. So how do you want to do this?
I'm feeling uncreative right now, so let's just do the old standard of skewered from tip to twain.
2 damage? It's like you flipped the spear around and just bonked him on the head and he fell over.
So you
No, I just pierced him entirely through, miraculously
Yeah.
missing every vital organ.
All right, and so that was the fight. And you notice that the town guards were busy sort of fighting off other hobgoblins as well, so they weren't being completely useless. So
Xerxes is very excited.
yeah, Xerxes is very excited.
Hit duking and jumping around all sideways.
Cute.
All right, and as the guards look around, they're like, they've never hit anything this unimportant before. What the hell is going? And then, like, there's a light bulb in his mind that just goes off, and he goes, "It's a distraction." And he looks towards the jail cell, and he's like, "Fuck!" And he just starts bolting for the jails.
Oh boy.
You guys gonna follow
Hmm.
him?
Yeah, we're following
It
him.
is our duty.
All
Quite
right.
you. Give you a smack of the back of the head as I ride past.
Son of a bitch.
All right. When you arrive there, you can, as you enter the doors, you can hear some cheering from like the inmates as like you see a couple of the guards are dead. You see a few dead hobgoblin bodies, but you have a natural feeling, and you start running for Grethkrell's cell, and next to his cell there's a hole blown into the wall, and his cell door is open, and it looks like it was picked open because they couldn't find the keys, and Grethkrell is no longer there.
I had a feeling we'd be seeing him again.
All right, so
Should have done a better job poisoning him.
well, it only lasted for 4 hours. Come on. So the tracks are relatively easy to follow. Like anybody could follow this if they roll well enough. So, well, actually, Xerxes has scent, doesn't he? He's a ferret. He can sniff his way. He could be a tracker.
I think you said he does.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll survival for Xerxes.
One second, I'm looking up what you said that would be.
Not quite sure. I don't have Dire Weasel stats on me right now.
Well, no, you also sort of restarted him a bit
yeah.
because it doesn't quite fit, and...
Yeah, because he was a 3.5 monster. Couldn't find him on Pathfinder.
+4 perception.
Let's just say +4 survival for now, so that way we don't slow things down. Oh, natural
wow.
20. Xerxes sniffs at the floor and does the cartoon dog, like just stiffens up and points his nose in the direction and just starts bounding off to follow it. And as you go through there,
Hey, keep up, man. He's fading out.
as you track him, it leads into an alleyway, and in the alley will be actually quite uncomfortable to fight with on top of Xerxes if you bring him in there. So there would be like penalties associated with it because the alleys are that narrow. So if you want to risk bringing Xerxes in and having penalties, or you just want to leave him behind and do it solo, that is up to you.
Still need to have him to do any further tracking if it goes beyond this. So go dismount and have him fall behind us.
Okay. All right.
Is it possible to circle around the alley?
It would take a long time, and you might lose them by the time you get back.
Gotcha.
Also, I'm going to switch to my bow, grab that off Xerxes.
All right. So you go into this narrow-ass alleyway, and I need you both to roll perception checks. Something. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Okay. All right. The other guys. Well, too bad for you that natural 20s during skill checks are not automatic successes because
Yeah. Oh,
Press
20
L.
fucking 25.
it's not 25, it's 23. And either way,
I hate you.
he rolled better. He rolled better than that anyway because Grethkrell is really good at sneaking. So let me find the other hobgoblins and see if you can. No. Well, that dice is gone forever. By forever, I mean until I stop playing this. Heave. Like you see two hobgoblins. They're looking around, and since you can understand goblin, they're saying, Crest, stop fooling around. We've got to go now. But you don't see the third anywhere. So roll initiative, I guess.
There we go, return to form.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
All right.
Shit, where'd my initiative go?
Oh,
9.
oh,
Okay.
Fucking +9.
yeah. I thought
Yeah,
that plus
yeah.
9 was your initiative that you rolled.
It is. I just... Hey! As long as I have at least 1 grit, I get a +2 bonus on initiative.
Yeah,
11.
which that's the thing you need. More initiative.
Why is... No, it's... Yeah. Oh! Gunslinger's a great class! Thank you, I was gonna take that as read. Quite a bit apart.
So this is further down the alley or on
Yeah,
the rooftops or...
No, this is...
Alright. Then I'm gonna I think make an intimidate check. I'm gonna see if I can shake one of them a little bit.
All right, go ahead.
Alright, so I'm just gonna stalk forward real slow. I just kind of cock back the hammer.
I think that's an opposed check for...
Combat intimidate? I think so.
Yeah, I think it's just their intimidate versus your intimidate, so you will probably win, because I don't think hobgoblins have any points put into intimidate.
It's not a great roll, but...
Oh, 20?
And it wasn't
It's still gonna probably be... They cannot possibly win, because they have a -1 to charisma and no training in intimidate. So, even if I roll a 20, that is still a 19, which is lower than 20. So, they look at you and they go, "Oh shit!" And in their moment of indecisiveness, let's see, Skippy, what's your flat-footed AC?
14.
Breath Krell leaps out of the shadows and fucking puts a short sword right where your armor is weakest, and he just sort of stabs you right in your side. And let's see.
This might be a kill.
That is 9 damage.
Ooh, that's not a kill, but I'm hurt.
He stabs you in the side, and he's like, "Thanks. Your ears like nice start to my collection." And he removes the swords, but he can't do anything else because he used his move into attack, so he can't leap back into the shadows. And now, that makes it Heave's turn.
Let's shoot a Greffro. Fuck.
No. No. Just no.
Yeah, fucking dice.
Alright, at this point, it's the hobgoblin's attack. And they sort of look around because, like, Skippy intimidated them, so they're not sure if they should surrender, but they just saw him get stabbed really well by Greth, and they're like, So I'm going to roll a d6. If it lands on even, they'll attack. If it lands on odd, they will probably do nothing. They... Figures I rolled an odd. They put their sword and shield up, and ready if you decide to come after them, but they don't actually attack. And
Oh,
so-
thank goodness.
and it is your turn, and you have Greth Krell right behind you, and he pulled his sword out, and he's just sort of like chuckling maniacally.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna wheel around, hop back, and BAM!
Yeah, Greth hasn't seen this yet, so go ahead and roll versus touch AC. Oh yeah, you definitely hit his touch AC.
Nice. All right. So I'm like, you're gonna pay for that.
All right. You shoot him, and you get him like right in the leg, and he just like ah. And what he does at this point is he is going to take a 5-foot step back, and he's going to try and hide in the shadows again in this narrow ass alleyway. So go ahead and roll perception. And he didn't do too well this time, so you might be able to see him. Oh yeah, he actually does not manage to get away from you. So you know exactly where he is.
All right.
Alright, so that's his entire move because he can't stealth and then leap out and attack in the same round. So now it is Heave's turn. Heave, Skippy points out where Greth is, so you can see him as well.
Let's shoot him again.
Roll to confirm.
Oh shit!
Roll to confirm. That's a natural 20, by the way.
Woo!
Aw, you don't confirm, but you do get a hit on him. Go ahead and roll damage. Two. All right. You shoot at him, and it looks like a really good shot, but he manages to dodge out of the way at the last minute, so it just grazes his shoulder, and he's like ah.
Fucking hate confirming.
Yeah, confirming sucks, but whatever. So now it's the Hobgoblin's turn again, and they are still continuing their defensive stance, and they're like, "Come on, Greth, let's go. It's not worth it." And Greth goes, "I'll tell you when it's not worth it." They all say this in Goblin, by the way, so Skippy can't understand them.
Mm-hmm.
So now Skippy, it is your turn.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna hang back and reload. I think.
All right.
Actually, can I just kind of scoot behind Eve?
that'll take.
How
That'll
would that work?
take a full round action because you would have to like squeeze really hard and like all sorts of maneuvering. But yes, I will say that you can. If you want.
Acrobatic check to hop behind me.
Yeah, there you go.
All
and
right.
And reload. Like, is that my move or
No, reloading is a full action, so you can't do it in the same turn.
It's a standard, right?
No, for two-handed guns, it's a full action.
Ah, brutal. Okay, then I'll just take a 5-foot step and reload.
Okay. Fair enough. So you have reloaded, and Greth is going to try and hide again. Fuck, go ahead and roll perception. He is just... That first stealth was really good, but he has just continued to... Oh, wait, he might have actually successfully hidden from you. Well, he's successfully hiding from Skippy. Heave, go ahead and roll perception, see if you can keep an eye on him.
Nope.
Nope, he is successfully hidden again.
Gosh.
Alright, so, next up is Heave.
Yep, shooting at, I don't know, one of the hobgoblins in back, I don't care
Okay.
which one.
Wait, would, suggestion, are you sure you wouldn't rather ready your action to shoot Greth as soon as he pops out? Because the other hobgoblins aren't doing anything.
Oh right, I forgot that I can do that.
Yeah. You want to do that instead?
Yep, going to Overwatch.
Yep. Right. Skippy, you want to do much the same thing?
Yeah, You know, I think I'd much rather get behind the tiny knight.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sorry, Heave, I got like 6 hit points left.
All right.
I'm not sure how much cover I'll provide you, but
It's okay, he can't get past you.
Okay. He. Then, what is Xerxes flat-footed?
fucking fair it's flat-footed. I am.
Okay, we'll say that he attacks you instead. What's your flat-footed?
My flat-footed is 17.
He manages to actually do that.
Oh dear.
He hits you for 7 damage. And so he just leaps out, and like as he's descending down, he gets you right in between your armor's like shoulder plates, and he just like twists his sword a little, pulls it out, and then leaps away. But doing this provokes an attack of opportunity from Xerxes.
On a side note, I'm not actually wearing plates, so.
Well, okay. I don't know what you're actually wearing. What are you
I'm
wearing?
wearing a chain shirt underneath clothing.
Oh, okay. Well, then he manages to get it around the rings and everything. But is that Xerxes' attack? No, that was your perception.
Okay, Xerxes' attack. Shoot. Bite plus 6 melee. Yeah, sure, plus 6. Why not? This is what the Dire Weasel says, so.
Mhm. It's the same as a dire weasel, just reskinned. Oh, dang.
Oh, fucking spirit hits, goddamn.
Go ahead and roll damage. Ferret damage. Alright, so...
Spirit ruins him.
Okay, so Xerxes, as he's leaping away, Xerxes just like bites him in the leg and slams him against the ground, and like he manages to bounce away and land on his feet miraculously, and he looks around, he's like, shit, and it looks like he's about to bolt unless Skippy, well, actually what happens is one of the other hobgoblins gets in front of him and moves forward a little bit so that Skippy can't possibly use his gone to shoot him. He would have to take penalties or whatever, wouldn't be able to attack his touch, and just raises his shield and gets ready while the other hobgoblin starts running towards the other end of the alley. And now it is Skippy's turn because Greth moves on a different initiative order than the other hobgoblins, so he can't run away yet.
If only I had my web bullets. All right. Well, this is probably more trouble than it's worth. We're not going to be able to capture him, not with all the backup he's got. So, all right, I'm going to level my gun at both of them.
Okay.
And I'm just going to say, all right, you best get to running then.
And
I guess we'll call that a ready to action.
Yep. Greth and the other hobgoblin start just running. Like the other hobgoblin runs backwards to make sure that you don't try and pull anything. Shoot him in the back. But as soon as he rounds the corner, he turns around and he just runs. They're still pretty easy to track if you want to keep up with them, or do you want to just let them go?
Well, I am bleeding a considerable amount here.
Oh yeah, speaking of bleeding, I forgot that that Greth had a bleeding thing with his sneak attacks. Oh well, doesn't matter now.
Well, thank God for that.
Yeah, Skippy is rather battered.
Yeah. By
So
the
it might
way,
be best to leave this.
Greth only had 1 hit point left.
Oh my God.
Fucking hell. Spireold did wrecked him good.
Well, that's okay. Maybe next time we meet him, he'll be all messed up.
All right.
He'll be all
If
buckshot
Ferret
scarred.
slammed him into the ground so hard it made his rugby nose straight.
All right. Well, I'm going to call that a session for now because
That was a good session.
Yeah. And to be fair, that both of those encounters were planned with like 4 people in mind. So the fact that I was rolling really crappy, well, actually, less that I was rolling crappy, more that challenge rating 1/2s and 1s are really very powerful encounter makeups for level 3 characters.
Yeah.
So you had the 2 hobgoblins run off from the earlier encounter.
Well, I mean,
But yeah, to be fair, we did fucking annihilate them.
yeah. I play most sentient species smart and have them run away when things go poorly for them.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
make
like
sense
one
when stuff fights
time-
to the death.
Yeah.
In a different campaign, I summoned a bunch of eagles and dealt 50 damage to one character. So this other guy's like, yeah, no, we surrender.
Yeah, no. If you have an intelligence of at least like 6 or 7, you know when things are going bad for you, and you know when you should run away.
Right.
Like when you get to animalistic intelligence, like those dogs, that's when they are just like, well, I better just keep attacking.
But yeah, Xerxes is getting extra ferret chow tonight.
Aw.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna call that a session because I have to start getting mentally ready
your
for
job.
work. Yeah, I have to
Job.
mentally getting ready for work. I mean, it's only a 4-hour shift, but whatever.
Yeah.
All right, well, this was fun. I wish we had gotten all the people to join in, but it was still good.
Things
Hopefully
happen.
next week.
Hopefully next week. All right, later, guys.
Later.
Adios.